Hello, friends. This Sunday is Christ the King Sunday. I love Christ the King Sunday. I'm old-fashioned, with regard to these things. I like kingdoms and kings and queens and all that sort of stuff. But, I have been reading about the Roman emperors. These were like mighty kings, and it's not pretty. They were evil. It seems like when power goes to the head, when it comes to us mere mortals who become kings and exalt ourselves, and everything's about us, right? And if you look through church history, or actually history period, very few good kings. I think of St. Louis, he's a cool king, because he's really there to do the service to the poor and all that sort of thing. But for the most part, and, we have kicked out a king of our country, right? We had enough of him. The King George, they say he was Louis, and we created this democracy, and the wonderful thing about democracy is that we can all be our own kings, right? As much as we can. So, where's God in all this, in God's kingdom? It's a legitimate question, isn't it? I mean, okay, Christ is king. Show me some evidence, right? Well, it's like this. Christ's kingdom is so very, very different, and so radically different. Kings are always saying, look at me, and exerting their power and what have you, right? In our gospel, Jesus is king, and he's incognito with everybody who's in trouble. Think about that. Yeah, because at the end, Christ the King says, you are welcomed into my kingdom because you saw me when I was hungry, when I was thirsty, when I was ill, when I was in prison, when I needed clothing, down the list. I mean, Christ is incognito with everyone around us who's needy. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, and we and his subjects, that is us, have got to see that. And then we have to act to do that. I just think it's beautiful that God gives us the opportunity, the dignity of actually carrying out his agenda and his plan. We, in our democracy, want the government to do everything for us, right? In the old days, the people want the king to be in prosperity and all that stuff, like that. Wow, Here, he gives us the opportunity to actually bring forth his kingdom in the individuals that are around us. Wow, that's amazing. He's given us this dignity. He never does anything himself that he can't get us to do. That's a profound statement, okay? It took me a long time to get there, but it's true. So that is the way God creates his kingdom. He's around us. He's very, very near us and all the people who need us. We have to see that. And, of course, the consequences are dire if we don't, because the king doesn't take well to people who don't recognize him in his cognito. And so, I don't want to close on that unhappy note, but you get the idea. What a joyful thing Christ the King is. He's nearer to us than any government, any king in the history. Right around us. And you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we will see you on Christ the King Sunday And hopefully I'll have my act together better for the homily, and I just didn't know. God bless.